guys, welcome to the gun shop, and today we're going to be having a look at this, the Remington 700 Mountain SS. So a couple of weeks ago, we filmed a review with the American Wilderness Rifle, and I genuinely fell in love with it. I never thought I'd say that about a Remington, to be honest. And then the guys up at Ray Trade were like, well, if you like that, why don't you try this? This is the Mountain SS, their lightweight mountain rifle. This rifle weighs in at 6.2 pounds, features a bell and cast stock, and their mountain contour barrel. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we talk about this anymore, come in, have a look. On the back we have a Pacmar decelerator pad which comes nicely fitted to the gun. The fit is actually a little better than the American Wilderness Rifle, but it's still quite rough. This leads on to this, the bell and cast stock, and they've opted for the black with the grey speckling. This is an aramid fibre reinforced stock, essentially a really lightweight fiberglass-esque stock, and that does help to bring the weight down. So I said, without a scope, 6.2 pounds. Something I found kind of ironic is that they then put a Pacmar decelerator, one of the heaviest pads out there, on there, but given the lightweight of the rifle, you're going to want that. Comes fitted with sling swivels, comes fitted with a floor plate as opposed to a detachable mag, although you can obviously fit a detachable mag if you want. That said, a mountain rifle probably not the wisest idea, or most people don't spec them with them, and an X Mark Pro trigger, the externally adjustable Remington trigger there. Standard bolt, jeweled, and the mountain contour barrel, which is unbelievably thin. You have a look down the end there and see how much barrel there is to hole. This is in half by 28 UNF thread. Comes completely stainless, and you know what? I actually, to look at, quite like it. That little bit of weight at the back actually does help heft it out, and it's not too bad. Fitted with tally mounts, and on top we have this, a GPO Evolve 3XI. By comparison to the 6XI that we had on the AWR, this has a slightly more vibrant green colour coming through it. However, the 6XR was significantly better in lower light, we found. Not that it makes too much of a difference. This is all done on an inch tube, got illuminator on the side. It is a very nice scope for what it is. Also, more importantly, the scope doesn't weigh anything, so it doesn't seem to you don't seem to add too much more weight to the gun. Anyway, we all know what Remington's like. Join us, let's go and shoot it. So we're out in the field with the Mountain SS now, and we've got some Barnes 130 grain TTSXs. Right, we've ramped the scope right up to 12 times zoom, and here we go. And we are somewhere handy. Whatever you do, you cannot beat the basic laws of physics. A rifle recoils more when it weighs less, or at least gets more snappy as it weighs less. Right, let's go see how we got on. 3 shots, brand new rifle, never fired before, 75 yards. For those of you who have watched our recent 783 video, we've literally just got off of the 783 varmint and got onto this rifle. Yes, this rifle setup could buy you pretty much 3 783s, but this is why it costs more. Nice, more accurate, smoother shooting, and even though it weighs less and kicks more, and the trigger is heavier, you can perform indefinitely better realistically. Anyway, let's chuck a couple of 5-round groups into this target here and see how we get on. I'm thinking we put a string of 10 in and go and see how it gets on. So what we're going to do here for this 10-shot test, because I think we all know this rifle is going to be real accurate, is we're just going to shoot it in a variety of ways, and then we're going to go back and we're going to talk about how it performed in different scenarios. Now, this rifle is designed for going up into the mountains and being as versatile as possible in every situation you could ask it to. I mean, most of that barrel is 308 hole. It is a super lightweight rifle. Perhaps too light maybe for southern stalking, however we do a lot of walking and holding of rifles. And climbing high seas, so it's kind of like mountain hunting, I suppose. Right, I've had a couple of sitting shots at that sort of 65-yard mark. I always find that I shoot a slightly heavier rifle better in a non-particularly stable position. But hey, 110 yards off a tractor. This barrel, being a superbly featherweight barrel, is getting insanely hot, and we've just fired 6 rounds. Our last challenge is to shoot the left-hand target again before we go down, and I'm going to shoot this now off of where it was a very cold barrel, a very hot barrel. I say very hot barrel, a hot barrel. Put 3 more in because we can. I'm going to have 4 more in because I've got 4 bullets left. Alright. That right barrel is now unbearably hot. Let's go see how it performed. So if this was zeroed a little higher, this gun, I'd like to think that all of those shots, regardless of where we took them or how silly we were being with, you wouldn't have taken that shot on an animal, would have been well within this 6-inch kill zone. These 10 shots, however, yeah, that's pretty good. You've got your first 2, 3, and then you've got all the rest feeding through this cluster here, apart from this one, but I'm pretty sure I know exactly why I pulled that, but you only really know until after you pulled it, because none of us intend to do it. This is an accurate lightweight rifle. Yes, I wouldn't want to shoot it much more because it does, even in 308, let you know that it's going off slightly. So what conclusions do we draw on it? Well, first, it's got to be the ideal rifle for any carbon fibre phobic mountain hunters out there who also don't want to get a single-shot Kiplav rifle. It's an extremely lightweight rifle designed for mountain hunting that still looks quite smart. That hasn't quite gone down the full carbon fibre route yet. What that does is twofold. Well, it's onefold really. It keeps it very reasonably priced and actually isn't much heavier than a carbon fibre rifle would be. So it's a very reasonably priced mountain hunting rifle. I think my real issue with this, although it is quite special and you have a very intelligent bedding system in there and it is inherently extremely accurate in every way and it's got a lovely Bell & Carson stock and I'm a big Bell & Carson fanboy and the scope's nice and the whole package is very rounded, it is just a little bit average. You know, where that American Wilderness rifle just shone out through being a delight to shoot, this is just another light rifle, another diet rifle. You know, there's a lot of good about it. And I suppose, in all honesty, guys, I'm the wrong person to be talking about this rifle because I don't do mountain hunting as such because I live in the south of England. So I don't appreciate it for what it is. However, I do appreciate it because it just shot lovely and it was a really nice little thing. But it didn't set my heart on fire like the AWR. And that's that. I suppose one last thing, the scope was really nice. It was a fantastic colour scope, which I said before we went out, but actually taking it out and giving it a really good go outside. This colour is what shone through this scope. You know, edge definition wasn't quite perhaps what you'd want, but it's not an expensive optic. It was all about colour, image, and you could spot movement like that. Thoroughly enjoyed the scope. Thoroughly enjoyed the rifle, actually. And then, I'm not putting any downers on this. I'm just saying that it didn't set my heart on fire like the AWR. I'm going to put an analogy on it so you kind of see where I'm coming from. You get in a top-of-the-range Discovery, and it is a lovely, lovely car. And in fact, there's nothing you could pick a hole in it with. It drives perfectly, performs perfectly, and does everything you want. And in fact, if you'd just gotten out off of the bus, that would appear to be an unbelievable car. The problem is I've just gotten out of the Bugatti Chiron and into this out of the American Wilderness Rifle. And some of you are going, an American Wilderness Rifle isn't comparable with a Bugatti Chiron. Go and shoot one, and you might fall in love too. It's hard being in love and looking at other women. And that's the real issue here, is this is an absolutely awesome rifle, but I would invest in the American Wilderness Rifle. I just felt like it was a better machine. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care, goodbye, and we'll see you next time.